Hi guys, it's Adam Woods, mind training number 14. Bit struggling on what to call this one, so I've just called it What We Do Now. It's a bad name to be honest, but anyway, don't matter. So depending on who we spend our time with, it does rub off onto us, and the people we spend most time with, we tend to become them. So if you spend time with positive people, you tend to be much more positive. If you spend time with negative people, you always end up becoming a lot more negative. It's just exactly what we are. It's human nature. It just takes hold, and I've done it for years. So I want to base it on a snowball, or you're building a snowman. The more you roll the ball in the snow, the bigger it becomes. So depending on what you're doing, and the more of it you do, is going to define where you're going to be and what your future is going to look like. So if you keep doing it, keep rolling this ball, but instead it's muscle building, or it's weight loss, or it's just taking action on every point in your life that you're not happy with, or something don't agree, or something's really bugging you, take action on it. And if you keep doing that, it's going to create a much different future. So you're going to have like two different futures, but it's your choice how you make this future. So same on opposite side. If you're complaining all the time, if you're doing nothing about it, and you're doing nothing about your issues that you've got and things that don't make you happy, anxiety, depression, self-pity, it just becomes you. So this ball has gone from here to this massive snowman, where really we're creating it. We're doing it. I've been there and I've done it a lot. Anxiety, I can sometimes get anxiety. I can still sometimes feel depressed. But I know when I'm going there, and I know to move myself away from that situation, whatever it might be. I know that basically anxiety is, we're overthinking something. We're better off just doing it. Take whatever it is in his life, write it down, and do something about it. His life will look a whole lot happier on the other side. So if there's anything negative, thoughts, friends, whatever it is, you need to get them out of your life. And like I spoke before, unfollow them on Facebook. If they're always pity partying all the time, unfollow them on Facebook. You don't have to see it. You don't have to get involved. As soon as you do get involved, before you know it, it's like wasted hours and hours of your time getting involved with something that had nothing to do with you in the first place. I know. I've been there. I've done it. So, actions. I always go on about actions, and nothing changes in your life unless you take actions. So I wrote a bit of a description of what an action should be. So it's individual steps to get an outcome or goal we desire. So if you want something to happen, you've got to go and do it. You have to do it. I can't do it for you. But be careful not to get in habit of saving yourself for the weekend. And this was my biggest holdback. And it's because I did really well for a week, and I rewarded myself massively at a weekend. And I ate all them calories that I'd burned off in week. I ate them all back easily at weekend, and drank them back. It is what it is. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I did it for a long time. I never got anywhere. I never made any difference. I was never happy, and I know why. I take responsibility for it. So I've mentioned before a win. So all we want is quick wins, right? What's important now? Win. What's important now? What can you do now? Not, I'll start Monday. Yeah, I can do it Monday. What can you do now? What are you doing now? Can you go and get some steps in? Can you go and get some exercise in? Can you make sure your diet's prepped for tomorrow? Is your diet done for today? What can you do now? This is what we need to ask ourselves all the time, because, and I've done it recently. I've sat and I've watched telly for 2-3 hours. I've gone to bed, I've got up in the morning, it's been a mad rush, my diet's not been right, and I've been like, and I've just kicked myself. And I know why, because I take responsibility. I've done it, nobody else has done it. My doing, end of the day. And this is where I need you to be. You need to, what can you do now with your time to make today better than it were yesterday, or at least make today better than it would have been if you'd done nothing. There's got to be something. There's always something. End of the day. It doesn't help anybody if you do nothing. Like I said, nail your diet, nail your exercise, do some mindset training. It all counts. It'll all make your future a hell of a lot better. So I've done it before, and I've done it quite a few times where we plan exercise. So I might say you're going to have a bad weekend. You're going to a party. So you've already sort of planned to have a bad weekend, even though we shouldn't do. But you've ate your right calories in the morning, you've been happy through the day, and then party comes in, you've just gone absolutely mad. So, but we say it's all right to ourselves, and we say it's all right because we'll train it off next week. We'll go to the gym 4 times next week, but next week's comes and something else happens, so you don't go to the gym Monday. If it's all right, I've still got 4 days. Comes to Thursday and you're still not been to the gym because you're tired and whatever, and weekends ruin you. We're putting calories in bank and we're not using them. I never, ever, ever plan that far ahead. I just do what I can now. If I could do it now, I'll do it now. I don't bank up calories and then say I'll burn them off later, because it'll never happen. It'll never happen. So planning exercise and doing it that way is a really bad idea. Really bad idea. Just do what you can with what you've got now. But on the other hand, what do you think your life will look like in 12 months' time? If you work hard now and you keep doing your daily things that you can affect, and your daily exercises, diet, hydrating, whatever it is you're doing, if you, in a year's time, where do you think you're going to be? It's going to look a lot different, isn't it? But you're only going to get there by doing what you're doing today. And it's all right having this plan for 12 months. But if you're not doing your things today, you're never going to get there. And 12 months is going to come and go past, and you're going to be thinking of another 12 months. So, end of the day, you put the hard work in now, it'll make a big difference later. A very, very big difference. So, what commitments can you make to yourself? Have you made any? Have you done any? Like, I did a drinking ban. And I told myself, I committed to myself, I'm going to stick to my diet and I'm going to exercise at least 5 times a week. And I'd set myself a goal, and I'm going to do that for 3 months. And I'm not going to differ off that for 3 months. I did it. Sometimes they're hard. And then other times I kept remembering me why. But you've got to you've committed to yourself at the minute that you're going to do it on the course that you've signed up to. So if you're not doing it, it's not saying very much about your mindset. You need to get switched on. You need to, but it doesn't matter if you've gone past, if your first week were bad or you didn't really get it. Starting your second week. If your second week were bad, it ain't that bad. Get on it. You've learned something. And from that point you get it, it's going to be progress. Don't always put we always put a bad, if something happens, we just go off rails, and there's no need for it. There's no need for it. So have you ever said to yourself, I wrote these questions down, and these are some of the things that I've said to myself, oh, what's it matter? I'm just a waste of space anyway. That used to be my mindset. I used to just think, oh, what's point? What's point of making myself happy? What's point of trying to stop drinking? What's point of trying to get fit? What's point? Who am I doing it for? I've said it. If you've said it as well, I totally get you. I totally understand why you said it. But that don't make a difference. It don't make us. I always thought to myself, I'm not clever enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not. And it basically, I was just having a pity party. I always blamed it on someone else. It was their fault, or this happened, or that happened, or whatever. Find any excuse, anything. But really, it was because I weren't doing the work. And if you're in that boat at the minute, you've just got to you've just got to own up to it. Commit to yourself that you're going to do better. in whatever it is that you want to do better in. But honestly, it's bullshit, isn't it? You're bullshitting yourself. And I know because I've been there and I've done it. But end of the day, whatever happens, we shouldn't really hold ourselves, we shouldn't beat ourselves up about it, because what's done's done. It's what we're going to do next. And it's what we can do today that's going to count. And then tomorrow, and then day after. And we just keep going and going and going and going, doing these little bits. And before we know it, like I said, you've got your start photo, and you've got a photo maybe 6 weeks later, and they're looking totally different. And that's something you've done, and you should praise yourself for that. But these little hiccups we have, just get over it. We can't hide it and say it never happened. We can't just sweep it under the carpet. That's not right. But we should be responsible for it. And we know what we did. We know why we did it. And we carry on. So end of the day, one day doesn't ruin a week. And this were another thing that I was really bad at. If I had a drink Friday, if I had a takeaway Friday, that's it. It ruined my weekend. It didn't, but that's how I said it to myself. It'll be all right, I'll start again Monday. Knowing full well that I could have exercised Saturday, I could have exercised Sunday. I could have ate well Saturday, I could have ate well Sunday. But I didn't, I let it ruin the whole weekend. So instead of ruining just one night, which wouldn't have really mattered, I let it ruin 3, like, near enough full days. And then Monday I felt wrecked, so I probably didn't go to the gym. I probably just went Tuesdays to Thursday again. It's not very good, is it? It's not enough. It's not enough for the good to outweigh the bad. So we just need to pick ourselves up. Don't let it get us down, and don't let it ruin weekend. Don't let it ruin us. Just get back on it. At first instance, get back on it. Next morning, boom, back on it. You'll soon start seeing a difference. So Saturday and Sunday, you could have got 40k steps in Saturday, Sunday, couldn't I could have hydrated well. I could have saved myself a lot of money than spending it on alcohol and takeaway, but I didn't. I'm to blame. I did it. I chose to do it, and now I'm saying I'm responsible for it. And this is how I ended up. It happens. I get it. I understand. Don't you fall into the same trap. Forgive yourself. Don't let one day ruin you. Don't let one day ruin 2 days. Don't let one bad meal ruin a full weekend. Don't matter. Get back on it. Carry on. Because we slip up, and it's just in our nature, isn't it? We slip up and we just absolutely losers SH1T. And we just go totally opposite way. We have one drink, one beer, and we think, I'm just going to swear anyway. We have one beer and we go, fuck it, I'll have 10. So you just drink all night. We have one glass of wine. We think, fuck it, I'll have 3 bottles. Yeah, I have known Shannon drink 3 bottles of wine. It's scary. Or we have a slice of pizza. We have one slice. Fuck it, I'll have full pizza. I've been there, I've done it, I get it, I understand. It's human. Either don't put ourselves in that situation, or just have the one slice and get over it, get back on it. It happened. It's not, in grand scheme of things, probably not going to make it even any difference. But if we smash a pizza, a full pizza, and drink a load of ale, that we might not progress that week. But don't lose your shit about it, because next week's a new week. So get back on it. If you've done it Friday, get back on Saturday, do well Sunday, do well Monday to Friday. Weekend after, when you weigh in and check in, you'll have shown difference again. You'll have progressed more, and you'll think, God, I had a pizza and a load of ale the other day and all. Weren't that bad, were it? But don't get into habit of doing it all the time. If it becomes a habit and you're doing it every weekend, we've got an issue. But yeah, so whenever we mess up, we just tend to go massively overboard. And I do understand. But the more we do it, the more, instead of having that one slice of pizza, we have 10, we then start getting, we start to regret it, We just do. We start to feel proper regretful and we think, oh God, I shouldn't have done that. Then we feel guilty. And honest God, I've known people have one bad day and not continue with the rest of the plan. Just because they've absolutely lost the shit. And they've just gone well overboard that day and then just decided it's not for them, they can't do it. Even though first couple of weeks they started, they showed progress and they showed weight loss. But one bad day ruined it for them. And for some people, they just can't get over it. It's not sustainable, is it? Never, never, never. You're going to get these parties, you're going to get these holidays, you're going to get these, whatever it is, barbecues in summer, whatever. And you're going to go over your calories. We're not going to make an habit of it. We're going to do it and get back on it tomorrow. It's what it is. Don't make a big deal out of it. But yeah, so I've got some stuff for you to make some notes on. So, number one, you will make mistakes along the way. We're human. We will make mistakes. I make mistakes. You will fall off at wagon, at parties, and you will get drunk. You will skip some workouts. It'll happen. And some days you won't give 100% to your exercise. Have you got all them four? It don't matter. It matters not, right? Because these four things are gonna happen. We are not athletes. We are not competing for gold medals. We are trying to make ourselves look and feel better and progress and be healthy and look 10 times better. Whatever it is you're trying to do, we'll get there, but you don't have to be super strict. You don't have to be well over the top. You don't have to absolutely avoid alcohol constantly. You don't. If I said to you, right, I think I've said this before, I try and keep myself 95% good or more. If I drop under that, there's something wrong. But I try to be that. I'm not saying I always do it, but I try to be. I'll never be 100% because family occasions happen, parties happen, whatever happens, and I choose. It's not a habit that I'm doing it every other day or every weekend because I'd look a lot different than I do now. But what I'm saying is we don't need to be super strict. So if I said to you over a 12-month period, you had 36 days of absolute binge food and got absolutely bladdered beyond belief. That's 10%. So if you went 5%, 18 days a year, you went absolutely binge to death for a full day and got absolutely bladdered. It's 5%. It's not very much, is it really? I'd back that person who's doing 5% a binge and drink days and lose weight and look ripped and sustain his body forever. Definitely, 100%. It's 5% at a time. Your good well outweighs your bad massively. So, but take your own advice, guys. Do you know when your youngster or your kid or your child or your friend or whatever, something happens, or your partner, what do we say? Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Honestly, just forget about it. You'll be fine. Take his own advice, guys. You'll be fine. Get back on it. Carry on. Make a difference. There's only you that can make a difference. You can do it. I believe in every one of you. You've all got something. You're on this course. You're doing it. You can all do it. I'm 100% behind you. 5% at a time. That's all. If you can be less than 5% at a time, 18 days a year, I'm sure you can. And I'm sure you'll do a hell of a good job. All right, that's all I've got. Thank you, guys.